Hi, Paulette Deckers here again with Edmund Smith of Rose Lily Photography. And for our second video today, what we wanted to discuss with Edmund was what are the specialty services and things that a professional wedding photographer provides versus, like we discussed in the last video, a family or a friend. So Edmund, what does that look like?
Well, I was thinking about how the best way to answer this question, and I guess from my perspective, would be just kind of walk you through the timeline that I have with the client, and I think that would be the best way to kind of give you an idea, comprehensive idea of how our services work.
Sure.
So the first thing that we would do is we offer a consultation that's absolutely free. So if a client contacts us, a bride and groom, and they're interested in hiring Rose Lily Photography for their wedding, we will meet them. Typically, I'll get them a little coffee card, meet them at a Starbucks, and say, hey, coffee's on me, let's sit down, let's talk. Spend about an hour of my time just meeting with them. No obligation with that. There's no fee of any kind. I just give my time to them so that we can talk about their wedding and see if they're interested in going with us.
Okay.
Once they've made a decision to go with us, then we go ahead and we connect with them. We sign a contract. We get a deposit. And we move forward with welcoming them into Rose Lily Photography and starting the process of getting ready to photograph their wedding. We do a lot of things before the wedding day. Before actually showing up with cameras and taking pictures at their wedding, there is a lot that we do. So first we have, we will shoot an engagement session with our clients.
Okay.
So an engagement session obviously is usually to celebrate the engagement in their life prior to the wedding day. It's about an hour and a half. It's usually at a kind of a casual, informal location, and what we do is they might have a change or two of clothes, they might bring a pet with them, something like that. And it's a chance for us just to work together before their wedding. I do recommend that all couples do an engagement session just because it gives you an opportunity to work with your photographers before the wedding day and kind of get used to them.
Yeah, that makes perfect
sense. It's huge,
yeah,
because then when your wedding day comes up, you're relaxed, you know them, you're comfortable with them.
Mm-hmm.
So the engagement session is part of what we do, and then also we'll meet with our clients for after the engagement session for a planning session. So the planning session is when we get together with them and we talk about their wedding day. And this is usually, somewhere like 3 to 5 months out before the wedding. We'll develop a schedule for their day. We'll develop a list of all the people that are going to be in their family pictures. We'll talk about specialty pictures that are important for them.
Okay.
A lot of our brides and grooms too, not just brides, are interested in Pinterest, although it's mostly brides, but some grooms.
Right.
And what we'll do is we also create, talking about Pinterest, we create a secret board on Pinterest for all our brides, so they can pin to it and I can see their pins. And if I see an idea that I think might be good, I'll pin to their board.
What a great way to communicate with them and share ideas.
Yeah, it's great.
Collaborate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. I love that.
It's awesome. It's great. Sometimes it gets to be a little much, so I've got to go back and say, I don't know if I can do 200 pins, but
right.
So we work with them in that and usually get it down to about 20 to 30 different ideas they might want to try on their wedding day.
Okay.
So that's a great way to exchange ideas. So, but at the planning session, then what we'll do is we'll develop that schedule and we develop a list of all the people that are going to be in the pictures. And then afterwards, what I do is I go back, I take that information and actually type up really nice documents. They're Word documents, they're very formal, and they look really nice. It's not meant to be a wedding day schedule, but it's just basically an outline of their day. So I type those up and I send that to them.
Okay.
So now we've done, an engagement session, we've done their planning session, and then I'll also go, usually a couple weeks before the wedding when the light is similar to the way it will be on their wedding day, I do a site check. So I physically will drive out to the location. If it's a place I've never been to before, I know how to drive there on their wedding day. And if it's a venue that I am familiar with, I always go anyway because sometimes things can change.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you never know from year to year, month to month. Yeah, you're right. The venues do change.
That favorite tree that I loved, well, it's not there anymore, or this brand new building is put up or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I always do that. And, and then we shoot the wedding.
What I love about that is that you're giving them sort of like you said, an outline, and they don't have to stress about that. They know if everything that they have discussed with you is under control, and they don't even have to think about it twice, which is so important on your actual wedding day.
Absolutely.
So, what a great service. I think that's fantastic.
And then, of course, after we photograph their wedding, we do edit all their pictures, and we digitally enhance almost every image within the set, which is a great thing. Some photographers won't do that. They will actually pick certain raw pictures, or they'll give them a certain bundle to sort through themselves. But we don't do that. We sort through all the pictures and enhance the majority of them, and then give them that final set.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and then we'll take those and put them in an online gallery, and all our clients have the rights to their pictures, which they get on a beautiful crystal drive. I'll send you a picture of that so you can show
Okay,
show your
fantastic.
folks later what that looks like.
I would appreciate
Yes,
that.
that's a
That'd be
lot
great.
of services.
That is
for,
a lot of services.
Yeah, and then of course there's the
and-
photographing of the wedding, which is an important part of what we do too. Is show
Right,
for 10
and-
hours on your wedding day and photograph your wedding.
Yes, and that leads me
Yeah.
to another point, which is a lot of times people wonder why you're so expensive when you're only with them, say, maybe 4 hours out of that wedding day. But the truth is, you spend many, many hours ahead of time.
Correct.
Like you said, going on site and typing up these documents and meeting with them in person. And then, of course, you have all that editing time of the photos after the fact. So,
Correct.
So maybe you're only with them 4 hours that particular day of the wedding, but then there's multiple hours spent after the fact. So I think you really should value the professionalism in having a photographer like yourself do those photos for you. It's going to make such a huge difference in your photography. And like Edmund said in the last video, this is a one and done. You only get one shot at this. So
Yeah, we're commonly with them for actually about 8 to 10 hours.
Oh,
on their
wow,
wedding
so
day.
even longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're there for the whole day.
the
and
whole
it's-
day
yeah.
from start to finish.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and that's great. So.
Yeah, so yeah.
So, okay, my next question
Okay.
is on wedding trends for 2015 and 2016. Have you seen anything kind of new and different coming out?
Well, that's kind of tough to say. I would have to say one of the things we've seen more of this year is we've seen more sort of family pets, mostly dogs, that have become sort of part of smaller dogs usually, not always, becoming part of the wedding ceremony, which is a lot of fun. Usually
Yeah.
they're coming down the aisle with rings on them, that kind of thing.
Oh, cute.
So we're seeing more of that. Certainly there's been, over the last couple years now, there's been a very prevalent sort of place in the whole process for Pinterest.
Right.
So Pinterest is really stepping forward and becoming sort of a platform for brides and grooms to collect ideas and share them with us.
Right.
So that's definitely something that we're using far more of, and we embrace that because it helps us to expand our own work.
Yeah.
We don't just copy their pictures. We make sure not to ever do that. So we're not just copying things, but we'll use an idea and then put our own unique Rose Lily's kind of spin on it and make it ours. So we'll do that. Then, what else was I going to say? We don't see as much the burlap.
Right, which has been a huge trend for about the last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I think that we're seeing that kind of trend away a little bit. Shabby chic is still very cool, so we're definitely.
Boho.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's still out there, and we love
very
that.
Big.
That's
yes,
great.
The boho is very huge
Yes,
right now.
yes, absolutely. But the actual use of the burlap, that's kind of going away a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's been some of the stuff that we've seen. And I'd say wedding dresses, in terms of wedding dresses, more of our brides sort of are sort of shying away from a more modern look and have going back to a more vintage or more classic style.
I've noticed
with
that
wedding
too.
dresses.
Yeah, a lot of the pins that I pin for the show
Yeah.
definitely are. I've noticed that as well.
Yeah.
The gowns are definitely more vintage.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
neat
great.
trend. I
I
love
know.
that. It
The-
kind of brings us back to our mother's weddings or
That's
our
right.
grandmother's weddings,
It's
which
kind of
are.
a timelessness to
It
that.
is
Yes.
absolutely. I love
And the
that.
brides seem to keep getting younger too, which I'm not
Oh
sure.
my
that's-
gosh. Well, no, I think that's just us getting older. Darn it.
Oh,
Well, anyway, the last thing, Edmund, I
Yeah.
want to talk to you about is as a professional wedding photographer, you provide, and I think you mentioned it in the last video, photo albums and some other specialty things that,
Correct.
So what does that look like specifically?
Right. Well, and again, you're going to be getting images that you'll see immediately after this video that highlight all of our products.
Right.
We offer our clients a beautiful array of different products, and again, this is another reason you want to go with a photographer. A lot of times photographers will have access to labs and production houses that are only for photographers, so the
Gotcha.
public is not able to get this quality of product.
Okay.
Our key marquee product that we offer our clients is the 12 by 12 or 10 by 10 flush mount wedding album, and it's just a beautiful product. It's a heavy book with a metal cover that the metal cover allows for a real deep saturation of the image, so it almost looks three-dimensional. And inside the pages are beautiful photo paper that is bound or mounted onto cardboard inserts, and it's just an absolutely beautiful way to present your album, your photographs to your
family
clients,
or-
and
yeah.
to view them.
I've seen those, and they
Right.
are stunning.
Right.
I mean, so different from when I got married 20 years ago.
Right, and you can't get them. The public can't
Yeah.
really order them. They're not a product you could go to, let's say, like a Costco or a place like that and buy. They're just not available.
Or Shutterfly.
Or Shutterfly,
Yeah,
correct.
Very
yeah.
different.
Yeah, so there's those. Then we also offer other great products, like I said, with our gallery. Clients can go on there and their friends and family can order prints through there. We
Oh,
offer
okay.
a beautiful selection of canvas wraps and canvas prints. And
So if they want to have like that big portrait over there,
Yeah.
you know, in their
Yeah.
living room or somewhere in their home,
We
then
can help them
they've
with
got
that.
as well. Oh, I love,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's a great idea.
And then we also offer tabletop lay flat albums, which are great for both parent albums for wedding, and they make a great engagement album too.
Okay.
So yeah, all those pictures will be right afterwards. You'll see shots of all those products that we have. But we love those lay flat tabletop or coffee table albums for engagement sessions. They're perfect.
Yeah, well, and I
Yeah.
like the fact too that even when I got married, I had friends and family who bought smaller albums
Right.
because they wanted to commemorate it as well. So that's
Right.
a great idea, and that sounds like a really neat trend that's come up in the last few years in photography. So
And they make a great sign-in book too at the wedding.
Oh, I
So
bet.
sometimes
Yeah.
couples will have their engagement album with a thick white border, and then they're encouraged to sign in, and they make a great sign-in book at the wedding.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Well, Edmund, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for your time. I hope that the brides and grooms and the couples that are watching this will, kind of take to heart the information that you're sharing with them. You are a wedding professional. You've been doing this for a long time, and your information is really valuable on some level to them. So thank you
you,
for your
Paula.
time.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate you having you here with me today.
You're welcome.
And we look forward to
Yeah.
those pictures you're going to send.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing you at the Northwest Bridal Showcase.
Well, thank you.
All right. See you
Thanks,
later.
Edmund.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.